Hi everyone, it's Allison from MGD Crochet. Thank you so much for joining me today. So we're going to be working on two coasters here. They are granny cluster coasters. First one is round and the second one is square. So I'm going to show you the round one first and then we'll move on to the square one and I will show you how to square off the round one. So let's get into the tutorial. So the supplies that we're going to need for these coasters are some cotton yarn, and this is Bernat Handicrafter Cotton Yarn. I've got a few different colors here, and we are also going to need a 5mm crochet hook, and of course our scissors and tapestry needle for weaving in our ends. So getting started on our coasters, both coasters are starting out the same way. So let's begin with a slip knot and attach that to our hook. And then we're going to chain 4. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. And let's join with a slip stitch to the first chain. And this forms a ring. So for our first round, we're going to start by chaining up 3. So 1, 2, and 3. And let's make a double crochet into the ring. So that first chain 3 counts as a double crochet. And then we're going to work another double crochet into the ring. And let's do another one. And then what we want to do is just keep going around until we have a total of 12 stitches. So just at the end of round 1 here, let's join with a slip stitch to the top of the chain 3 that we did at the beginning of round 1. So we should have a total of 12 stitches into the ring. 11 of them are double crochet, and then of course the first chain 3 counts as a double crochet, so a total of 12. So let's fasten up our yarn and pull through, and we're going to get ready now to join our new color. And this can just be joined in between any of the double crochet spaces, so it doesn't matter where you put it in. So to start round 2, what we want to do is chain up 3, which counts as a double crochet. There we go, and then put a double crochet right into that same space next to the chain 3, just like that. So we've got 2 right next to each other. Then into the next space, we're going to put another double crochet and another one right next to it. And then in the next space, we're going to do 2 more double crochet. So we're working in between the double crochets and not in the top of the double crochet. So just keep working around until you reach the end of round 2, and then we're going to insert a slip stitch into the top of the chain 3, and we should have a total of 24 double crochet, which includes our first chain 3. So once we've got our slip stitch started, let's snip our yarn, and then we can pull through, finishing off the slip stitch, and we will get ready for round 3. So for round 3, we want to join our new color in any space between the groups of double crochets that we just made in round 2. So let's chain up 3, 1, 2, 3, and then we're going to put a double crochet into that same space and another double crochet into that same space. So we've got 3 stitches there. Let's move over to the next space and do 3 more double crochets all into the same space. So we have another grouping of 3. And then again into the next space, we will put 3 more double crochets. So that's 2 and 3, and then just continue like this all the way around. You should have 12 groupings of 3 double crochets to finish off this round. So just finishing off round 3 of our coaster, which is actually the final round of our coaster. So instead of doing a slip stitch into the top of the chain from the beginning of the round, we're going to trim our yarn first and do an invisible join so that we have a nice smooth edge on our coaster. So I've just pulled the yarn through that last stitch there, and then we are going to thread up our tapestry needle And we're going to actually put that under the V's of the chain 3 from the beginning of the round, and just pull it through gently, just like that. And then bringing the yarn from the front, we are going to just put it in that back loop right there, just like that, and gently pull through. And then we have a nice clean edge for our coaster. And of course, we'll need to weave in our ends, and then we will be done the round coaster. So let's just get into making the square coaster. So for the square coaster, the first 2 rounds are the same as the round coaster. So I've worked those up off camera, and now we're going to get into the 3rd round, which is where we square everything off. So I'm just attaching my new color into any space available. So chain up 3, and then we're going to do a double crochet in the same place, and another double crochet in the same space. The chain 3, of course, counts as a double crochet. And then we're going to do 2 chains and another 3 double crochets into that same space. So as you can see, we've got our first corner already taking shape. There we go. Last double crochet into the corner. And there we have it, our first corner. So now working down the first side of our coaster, in the next space, we're going to put a 1/2 double crochet and a 2nd half double crochet into the same space. And then we're going to move over to the next space and do 2 more half double crochets. So moving on to our second corner, we will place 3 double crochets into the next space all together, and then chain 2, and then 3 more double crochets into the same space, which completes our second corner. There we go. Oops. And 1 last double crochet into that space, and then we have finished our second corner, and that's what it looks like so far. So working down the second side of our square, again we will just place 2 half double crochets into the next space beside the corner, and then 2 more half double crochets into the following space, and then we will finish off with our third corner with our 3 double crochets, chain 2, and another 3 double crochets, all into the same space. So just keep working all the way around until you reach the first corner that we made, and that will be the end of round 3, and we will get ready to do our 4th round, which is the final round for the square coaster. So just finishing up round 3, I've got 1 last half double crochet to put here, and then we're going to join with a slip stitch to the first corner, the chain 3 of the first corner that we made, and trim our yarn and pull through and fasten off. Okay, so just getting ready to finish off our final round, which is round 4, and I've got a new color here, and I'm just going to join in any stitch here along the edge. It doesn't really matter which one when you put it in, so just join up your yarn and chain 1 and place 1 single crochet into that same stitch that we just did our join. There we go, pull through, and then in the next stitch we're going to place a single crochet, and the next stitch a single crochet again, and basically it's just single crochet until you reach the corner into every single stitch. And in the corner we're going to place 1 single crochet and chain up 2 and another single crochet into the corner, and that forms our corner. And then we are going to place another single crochet into the next stitch and a single crochet into each stitch all the way across the edge until you reach the next corner. So just keep going all the way across, 1 single crochet into each stitch There we go. And into the corner, 1 single crochet, 2 chains, and another single crochet. And there we have, that's what it looks like so far. So just keep working around like this. I'll meet you at the end and we'll finish everything off. So just finishing off the final round here, we've got a couple single crochets left to do. That's our last one there. And we are going to finish off again with the invisible join as I showed you on the round coaster. So trim your yarn and pull it through that last stitch, just like that. And then we are going to thread up our tapestry needle. And let's insert our yarn under the V from the first stitch of the round, just like that. And we're going to gently pull it through. And then we're going to come around from the front to back, and we're just going to go in the back loop only with our yarn and tapestry needle, and gently pull there, just like that. So now we have a nice clean edge for our coaster. And then of course we're going to weave in all of our ends, and we will be done with our coaster. So starting with the end that I already have threaded on my needle, I'm just going to flip my coaster over to the wrong side of my work and start weaving in one direction and gently pulling as I go. And then I'm going to work my needle in a different direction just to make sure everything is nice and secure. So I'm kind of going up a little bit through some stitches, just like that, and gently pulling. And then just keep going across the top, across the edge of the work there. Gently pull and then turn it around. And let's just do one other pass across so that we can make sure that our yarn is nice and secure and it's not going to go anywhere. So of course I'm going to weave in the rest of my ends, and then we're done. I'm just going to flip it over here, and that's what the finished square looks like. And of course we have our round coaster as well, and I just love the way these have turned out. So thank you so much for joining me today, and I hope to see you in the next video. Take care and have a wonderful day.